Hi there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Anuj. I'm a second year MBBS student at GMC Nagpur. Surprise video, huh? So this was something which I not planned, but this is going to be something unscripted and something which is going to be very real for me. And it's going to be long, so strap on in for a long ride with me. What if I told you that your entire life was just a series of chapters in a notebook which has your name? And each of these new chapters and each of these new pages represent different days in your life. And you never know when this book is going to end. You never know what is the last page. You never know what is the last chapter you're going to end upon. And one day it's going to end suddenly, because that's what happens to all books. They start and they end. Some are great, some are okay, and some are not so good. I think it's you who are the author of your own book, and it is you who decide what your book is going to look like. And each year is a different opportunity to write a new chapter in that book, which will shape your life for the longest period of time. I'm not going to go over the different things which I don't really care about or don't really think about, but I'm going to share a story with you, a story that is 2020 for me. I'm going to share you how this year has changed everything about my life from start to the end. Alright, so I started making videos about 18 months, 19 months ago. Nothing really happened for the first 8 or 9 months. It was just me making videos. But then one day, all of a sudden, a video goes kind of viral for me at that point, and everything kicks off. And one day I wake up and I see my, phone on the Creator Studio app, and I see, oh my god, my video has hit 3,500 views. And I guess it was January or February when that happened. At that point I did not know much about where this was going to go. I still don't actually. I am really contemplating about how crazy everything is in my life that is going on. One thing for sure is that I learned to never ever give up. Because all the opportunities that you are going to be having in your lives, they will have tough times. They won't be pleasant every single time. There will be times where you really want to quit. I mean, for the first 8 months, the channel did not grow. I did not have any new visitors. Nothing was happening for me. It was so easy. I could have just shut down my camera and I could have, quit for once and for all. But I didn't do that. The next biggest hurdle came to me when I was developing my app Axon. So it has got a lot of videos, as you might know. Like, making each and every single video is such an effort. Everything has to be perfect in a video, right? At least for me it has to be. So making a lot of videos is difficult. Moreover, editing them is difficult, and it just seemed like an impossible task for me. The idea came to me in February or March, and by September, actually August, it was a complete reality. The next thing that I also appreciated this year is the amount of time that lockdown provided us with the people whom we actually care about. And lockdown also told us about the real relationships which are there in our lives. It eliminated the people who were shallow from our lives, and it brought closer the people who were already close to our hearts. It's not been particularly easy for a lot of people, but I'm not going to say a lot on that, because personally speaking, it has been, best 1 year of my life so far. I have never spent so much time with my family as I did in this year. I have never felt so connected with a few people than I have in the past 18 years of my life. And that really goes to show about the levels of relationship that we have with different people. And I think that we should embrace that. Next thing is, this year also brought in a lot of awareness on mental health, and something which has been ignored in our country, India, for a long duration of time. And one of the biggest motivating catalytic factor, I think, for this was when Sushant Singh Rajput, sir, I guess, committed suicide. That was one of the saddest moments of my, this year. That one of those moments where I really said, oh shit, kya hua hai yaar. Whoever you are, if you ever feel like you need somebody to talk to, or you just want somebody, please look help for yourself. Mental health is so important. I've taken it so seriously for the past 2 years. that it's something very important, because people keep on getting these bouts of depression. It eats away their months and eats away their years without even them knowing. Being grateful is something which I've learned this year. Being thankful for everything that you have. I'm going to tell you an incident that happened with me this year itself. So what happened actually was, the place where I live, it's a very urbanized area. There is no rural places near my home. But one day, recently only, a blind lady came with a small daughter of like 5 or 6 years. The lady could not see, and of course, the daughter was helping the lady walk along the way, along the paths. And the mother, of course, the lady that is the mother, she was screaming for food and help. And at that time, I was in here recording some things, and I heard that who is screaming in the middle of when I'm recording stuff. And I went downstairs and I looked at that girl who was helpless and the lady who was helpless. And at that point, I realized that at least we have a shelter, at least we have a home, at least we have food to eat. So being grateful for whatever you have. Of course, after we saw that lady, we went downstairs and gave her all the food, clothes, everything that she required. And it was a good moment. But a bigger thing to learn from that is, we have everything. We have everything, literally. And whenever you think that maybe I should have had more, always think about the fact that, do you need it or do you just want it? Don't you have enough already? And this has also led me to believe the fact that I'm going to be donating away a lot of the money that I've earned throughout these years to different children groups directly. And I'm going to try to make an impact in education as well as health in the next year. I hope that you and I could do something together about it. Just watch my videos, watch the ads. That could help me a little bit, which could help a lot of the people in the long run, I guess. Appreciate what you have is something which I've definitely learned a lot this year. The next life lesson I learned in 2020 was that health is everything. One of my closest relatives got COVID this year. It was such a horrible experience for that person, because they are fine now, they are absolutely perfect. But the amount of worry it comes when some loved one is, battling for their lives against a pathogen which you don't really know a lot about. It's really worrisome for the relatives as well as for the patient. We were constantly asking them for providing inflammatory markers or providing different HRCT scan results, or different blood tests that were going to be done. And each blood test that came gave us a new sort of tension. When there was neutrophilic lymphocytosis or lymphocytopenia, we could get so worried about it. The health is everything, because at that point we did not care how much money is going to be spent, but money was not our constraint. And that's why I prefer to study this branch, that is medicine. If you can do something about a person who is dying, you can save them. That is the noblest of acts. And that brings me to my next life lesson, that is the unspoken superheroes of the world. The unspoken superheroes of the world are, of course, the people who still kept going outside where everyone was locked inside. The doctors who treated the patient fearlessly, without thinking twice about their lives. The policemen who were out there patrolling for the night to prevent any sort of mass gathering. And the different groups of people who helped the poor people survive in this very hard time through donations or through direct help. That is, those are the real heroes. And then we also got to know a few subspecies of humans, which I would like to call as no-brain humans. These no-brain humans don't know how to wear a mask, they don't know when to wear a mask, and they certainly don't really understand the meaning of social distancing. And the reason that I'm saying that is that recently क्या जब से start हुआ है सब कुछ तब से it's been the same कि there are always those people who are not following the rules. I don't know why. I don't know whether if this is the case in India or outside also, but in India it is horrible. People are going in the streets without wearing a mask. I can't even imagine my life without a mask now. So that is another thing. I guess this is natural selection happening. The people who are not wearing the mask are of course more susceptible for getting the infection, and that infection then wipes out that subspecies of humans, and then we are only left with the good ones. I guess that's a 22-minute recording right over there. Thank you so much for being here on an off day basically, and watching me talk about things that you're probably not interested in. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you have a very, very, very happy year ahead. I wish that all the dreams that you thought for 2020 may become the best in 2021 and later in your life. And I hope that every single person in your contact list is safe and healthy and happy. Out of all the thousands of crazy things that have happened this year, good or bad, happy or sad, perhaps the reason why this year has been such a beautiful one for me is because during the dark times, the thing which kept me going was the fact that I knew that I had you, the face I don't know, you whose voice I have never heard, but I know that I have you. Thank you for giving me this confidence in myself. Thank you for supporting all the things that I'm doing. And I don't want to picture a world without you, my dear friend. Yes, I don't know your name. Yes, I don't know who you are, but I know that you are my friend, and I hope I've touched your life in some way or the other. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. This is Anuj Pachhel, signing off.